Today I'd like to show you how to make your own tool for removing the bar. You would have seen the other video with the tool that I made. I've had some inquiries about making it for somebody, but the cost for me to make one special order can't be justified, and people want a cheaper alternative. There was some suggestions. One viewer wanted to know about the watch band remover, and I thought, well, I'll see if it will work. Now, it won't work out of the box. This only cost $1, so it's very cheap. This particular model only has one pin. Some of the more expensive ones, you have some others for knocking out, but this is all what you need. So what you have to do is actually just drill, grind, cut, file, melt a couple of holes in this face, and you'll get yourself a quite usable tool. If you've flown and you've lost a blade, or a big chunk's come out and these arms are bent down again, you think, okay, I have to remove it. Blades are quite simple, just remove them with the screwdriver, but then this has got the pin in, and you can try to knock it out with a pin and a hammer, but this is quite weak and you'll end up bending it and breaking it and causing more trouble. So that's why I made the other video, to show you how to do it. But I'll just show you what the important dimensions are. As you can see in here, that pin is a certain height from this face. You need to measure that up. The pin spins around, but just get an average. It looks about 4 millimeters. You then need to measure from the top of the shaft to the center of the pin. Let's just say that's 5 millimeters. You need to measure it, but let's just say it's 5. Let's say from there to the center line of that pin is 4. That means you have to cut a groove in here at least 1 millimeter deep, so as that when you place it over, it will drop up and line up with the pin. The next thing you need to do is this face will sit against there like that. As you can see, there is the linkage there. Once you remove that linkage, you'll have the ball. So what you can do, measure the distance from there to there, and let's just say it's 6 millimeter. What you have to do is, say, get a piece of wood that's about that height, at least 6 millimeters thick, and cut a slot in it that's wide enough to clear the pin and the linkage if you're going to do it with the linkage. So then you can glue that piece of wood on that face, but glue it first, then cut your hole for that flat area, the slot for that. The reason being is that when you put the wood, the slot position will move. So then what you have to do is, once you've got your piece of wood on there, got the glued piece, slide it in position, and on this particular one it's got a slot all the way through, so you can use that to eyeball the position of the pin. Then it fits on always check, looking all the time until the small pin is in the centre of the larger pin there. Then slowly tighten. If you've got the 6mm piece of wood, make sure you've got a slot or a hole in it for the pin, otherwise you'll only be pushing the pin into the wood. So your block of wood has 2 slots or 2 holes, one for the pin and one to cover the link. Then you screw the tool in until the pin starts to go. Now that's a very small, tiny 1.5mm pin. That could tend to break or bend. So don't be a muscle man, take it gentle. On one side of the pin is knurl, and that's what locks it in position. So once it gets past the knurl, it will be easy to pull out with a pair of pliers, that sort of thing. So screw it in, couple of millimetre and check. Screw it again a couple of more millimetre and it should be free. On my tool, in the other video, you then can push the pin back in. With this tool, this pin doesn't come out. However, you can make up another block that fits over that pin and is flat. So if you can drill a 1mm or 2mm hole, slide it over so it then projects above the pin, you can then use that to tighten it, or you can push it in and get something like vice grips and just gently squeeze it in until the pin is flush with that surface. So for $1, give it a go. What have you got to lose? $1. What does that buy you today? And that includes postage. I recommend that you try it, get yourself back up in the air and keep watching my videos, and if you like them, subscribe. If you don't like them, let me know. Thanks for watching.